Deload week. What does that even mean?
And how do they massively help you with your running?
How much should you rest?
And should you be running? And if so, how often should you be running?
There's a lot of questions and uncertainty around deload week, so we're here to help. Hey.
There she is.
Here I am. So what actually is a deload week, Mo?
So if you are following a structured training plan, whether that be from a 5K all the way up to an ultra marathon, the likelihood is you'll be gradually increasing your intensity and mileage week on week.
A deload week is a specific period within that training block where you intentionally scale back and reduce the volume and in some cases the intensity of your training.
If you're following a 16-week training plan, for example, a deload week will usually come every 3 to 5 weeks. It allows your body to recover from the strain it's being put under from the hard training.
It's also an opportunity for your body to adapt on a muscular and cellular level, which can lead to significant improvements on your overall performance.
Essentially, it's just designed to give your body a rest. It gives you a chance to prioritize your sleep and recovery so you can come back the following week feeling stronger both physically and mentally.
Yeah, I was doing that earlier. It was absolutely lovely.
But it is so important to know that it doesn't mean you should cut out all forms of exercise. It gives you an opportunity to try other things like mobility workouts, being a bit mindful and focus on your strength training too.
Everyone's training and deload weeks will look completely different, but for me, it looks like maybe taking up one of your runs that week and replacing it with something a bit gentler, like an easy run with friends, or doing some strength work or Pilates, or something just a little bit different, like some cross training.
Yeah, agreed. I tend to do a lot of runs with friends when I am on a deload because then it forces me to be in a conversational pace. But when I do deload as well, I would still do an interval or a track session and just reduce the amount of volume I do in that session. So I'll keep up the intensity, but reduce the volume.
Yeah, I can't really imagine you deloading, Mo. It's more just loading constantly. But what does your deload week look like? Let us know in the comments.
I don't know about you, Jess, but sometimes when I'm in a deload week, I get a bit restless and guilty for not training as hard as I have been in the previous weeks.
Yeah, I do sometimes struggle to really appreciate how important it is to dial back your training and make sure that you take that time for your body to fully recover.
But that's exactly why I think it's so important to know and understand what a deload week and why it's so important for your recovery and your growth.
Yeah, we're getting a bit sciencey now, but I feel like we're missing something.
Okay, now we're back in the lab coats, so you know some serious science is about to go down, but let's just take off these glasses, they look a bit silly.
Oh, fair, okay. Well, there are two fundamental elements when it comes to training, so your stress and your recovery, and you need to strike a balance between the two in order to reduce risk of injury or burnout or overexertion. Now, whether you're new to running or taking a new distance or going for a personal best, you're challenging your body in ways that it might not have been challenged in before.
Yeah, no, exactly. And if you are in the middle of a training block and you go for a long run, quick question, what do you tend to do the next day?
Rest?
Exactly that, and that's what a deload week essentially is. It's just an exaggerated version of that rest. So if you could, picture your body as this balloon right here. As you said earlier, whether you're new to running or taking on a 16-week training block, the higher your intensity and the longer your volume, the more stress and pressure that you can put on your body. With that being said, if you are taking on all that additional pressure without giving your body enough time to recover, you could risk hopefully not blowing up. But you could run the risk of burnout if you don't give your body enough time to rest and adapt.
But it's not just your muscles that are at risk of getting injured.
It's your bones.
You've also got to take into consideration the biology of bone growth. I got my own, don't worry. Now, a study by Belinda Beck in 1998 suggests you should take a deload week every 3 to 4 weeks in order to reduce risk of bone stress fractures. Now, no amount of foam rolling is going to prevent that.
When you put your body under significant levels of strain, you expose your skeleton to new stress, which leads to cells called osteoclasts eating away at your bone. This causes your bones to temporarily get weaker.
Right, your turn to blow up the balloon, Mo. The study suggests that new bone cells don't start developing until 3 to 4 weeks later, which is why you need to take a deload week every 3 to 5 weeks. Exactly, so this is your body taking the time to recover, and it allows your bones and cells that time to recover and grow
stronger. So this will help prevent things like shin splints and stress fractures and actually help you become a stronger runner.
Yeah, science lesson over. But if you want us to don our lab coats again and explain something else sciencey, then let us know in the comments. Andy would be so proud of us.
We really would. Should we head out?
Yeah. It's important to remember that these timescales are simply suggestions, and if you're following a training plan already, it's likely that your deload weeks will already be factored in for you.
But there might also be signs that you need to take a deload week, and some of them are if you're feeling physically or mentally fatigued,
if you're getting sick or injured more often,
if you feel like you've taken a dip in your energy or motivation levels,
if you're sleeping poorly,
or if you feel like your training has stagnated.
So if you're following a training plan and you start showing any of these signs, then make sure you listen to your body, because it may be a sign you need to assess your training or even rearrange your deload week.
Yeah, scaling back and prioritizing recovery will only help you improve and get stronger. So hopefully this video has given you everything you need to know about deload weeks and why they're so important to your overall performance and your recovery.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more about deload week or tapering and recovery, then make sure you check out this video where I take you through the week before my marathon.